So at this time of the year, you already applied to some schools. If you haven't applied yet, you're probably looking into schools. And hey, maybe you even visited some colleges already. Now, something that many high school seniors, including myself when I was one last year, is that we really wonder, how is the college lifestyle? And I'm not talking about the party or the social life, I'm just talking about school in general. You know, we hear a lot of these rumors like you get more spare time, you have the flexibility of choosing classes, but we really just don't know what's real and what's not. That's why today in this video, I'm going to be telling you the 5 basic things that I noticed as I transitioned from high school to freshman year of college. Now just keep in mind that these differences depend on what high school you go to, the way the school system works, and at what college you end up. These 5 differences are just ones that I personally noticed and that I want to share with you guys. So the first difference that I noticed was the class schedule. Not like high school where you're given a fixed schedule with fixed times, fixed classes. In college you have the ability to create your own schedule. Not only that, but you actually get to choose classes that interest you. Now just like any school, you're going to have the basic requirements like math and English, but besides that, most classes are actually going to be geared towards your major. But even with that being said, you can still choose electives. And let me tell you, there's a lot of interesting classes out there to take. For instance, I'm actually majoring in sports medicine, but I'm taking 2 electives, a language, which is German, and a geography class. Now going back to the whole ability to choose the time that you want your classes in, unlike high school where you have the classic 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. schedule, where it's just back-to-back classes, in college you get to make your own schedule. You can choose a specific time when you want to start classes, and you can choose a specific time when you want to finish them. So let's say you like to sleep in, you do not have to choose an 8 a.m. class. Now let's say you do plan on getting a job and you want to get your classes done earlier, then you start in the morning. Now there might be some exceptions to this because certain classes might be available only on certain times. But in my opinion, overall, it's much more flexible compared to high school. Now the last thing I'm going to mention about the classes, which is one of my favorites, you can choose your own professors. There's actually a website that I'm going to link down, it's called Rate My Professors. It's basically a review site for all the professors in the school. So when you're very indecisive about what professor to choose, you can see what the professor does, if they're good at teaching, if they assign a lot of homework, if they don't teach at all. It's pretty good. Overall, unlike high school, there is just so much flexibility when it comes to the class schedule. Now the next difference that I noticed when I went from high school to freshman year of college is your personal freedom. Now I know personal freedom, liberty, all this, it sounds extremely cliche and you get it all over the place. But it is true. Now in this personal freedom, it's really the small stuff that matter. For example, in high school and college, you don't really have to go to class. But there's a difference. In high school, you get the call to your parents. In college, your GPA just drops and it's all on you. You do what you want, when you want it, and how you want. Of course, as long as it's legal, or you just don't get caught. Now this comes with a lot of responsibility, because unlike high school, in between classes you could actually do things. For instance, you could be smart and maybe study, catch up on homework, or you could decide to go out and eat with friends. Now I'm not saying if you go out to eat instead of studying it's a bad thing, you just have to know how to balance it out and make your own reasonable choices. Also, this is really strong for people that have strict parents. Let's say back at home in high school your parents really didn't let you go out at night, or here in college you have the chance to do that, and several times. Without your parents right next to you, you're gonna be able to do whatever you want. And it doesn't even have to deal with going out. You might just want to stay up all night playing video games, or maybe try new activities that your parents really never let you do. But overall, with personal freedom, it's gonna be the first time that you're gonna be able to make your own decisions based upon what you think is right and what you want to do. Now next up on the list, something that I found very different as soon as I got to college was the amount of social opportunities. Now that first week of college, you're going to have a lot of icebreakers. There's going to be so many people you're going to meet. A bunch of bros, a bunch of girls. It's going to be an overwhelming amount. Good thing is that unlike high school where it's a very small group of people in your class, college has a wide variety of people. And I don't only mean a wide variety in a cultural sense, but I mean in a sense of interest. Now how does that help you? You're going to find a lot of people that have similar interests to you that maybe in high school you really never found. In addition, something that I personally found as soon as I got here on campus, that people in college tend to be a little bit more social. It's much more easier to pop up and just start a conversation with somebody. Mainly because everybody that first week of freshman year is also trying to make friends. So you're really not alone in this. Whereas in high school, A lot of high school friends were already predetermined from middle school or just from the local town or neighborhood. Yeah, sure, maybe in high school you met some new people, but trust me, freshman year of college you're gonna meet a lot more people. Now on top of that, most high schools do have a lot of clubs, but in college I just found it to be at a much larger scale. Not only do they have more clubs, but the clubs have more involvement within campus. And if there isn't a club for something that you like, you're more than welcome to find people and actually start your own club. Now if you do decide to live in the dorms, which I highly encourage, I'm being serious, my house is only 10 minutes from campus and I am living the life here in the freshman dorms. You're basically forced to meet new people. Now most of these people are going to be people that live on the same floor or in the same area, and you're going to get your own little group going. You're going to go to the football games, to the basketball games, maybe go out to eat during lunch. You got your little group going. Now here in college, I do think there are more activities going on during the week compared to high school. My high school experience was literally just wake up, go to class, have sports after class, and then just go straight home. Here in college, you always have stuff going on during the week. Whether it's just a small dinner or even trivia night, at least it's something to do besides academics. Now just because there's a lot of social opportunities, it doesn't mean that you have to take part in them. I'm just saying from my experience, I've seen a lot of opportunities out there and I don't even do all of them just because I don't have time or I'm not interested in any of them. But what I'm trying to get to is that there's a lot of opportunities out there and now the choice to take part in them is just yours. Now next up, there's a difference that I noticed which kind of shocked me but I hugely loved, and that was the uniform policy. So basically from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade, I was forced to wear a uniform. Now even in elementary school, I've always heard these rumors that you didn't have to wear a uniform in college. And of course as I climbed up grade school, middle school, and high school, I realized that this was actually a reality. I would say that in most colleges, you don't have a uniform. I know that some high schools didn't require one, so this might not apply to you, but to me, I loved that change. First of all, you don't need to worry about buying specific clothing. You can wear whatever you want, whatever's in your closet, and something else that I love is that nobody cares what you're wearing. I swear, I have seen people show up to class in pajamas and even overalls. Now, something I noticed about not having a uniform is you're gonna have so much laundry pile up from the week. Because the thing is that when you had a uniform in high school, you always had the mindset, every Sunday I have to do laundry, because you needed the uniform to be clean. Here in college, you're just gonna wear clothes, throw it out when it's dirty, and you're just gonna keep grabbing whatever you find in your closet. And it's just gonna be a cycle until eventually your hamper's all the way up to here like a mountain, and you're just searching for that last shirt that you think is clean all in the end drawer, and then you're forced to do laundry. So just beware, make sure that your hamper does not pile up. And also, you're gonna be getting a lot of free shirts on campus. But for me, the no uniform policy has been a huge benefit. Now the last category that I will be discussing here in my video, which is probably one of the most important ones, is money. Now when I say money, I mean the sense of money and money usage. Now unlike high school, here in college, I spent a lot of money. You're gonna spend like everybody on tuition, books, club expenses, living expenses. Even with scholarships, there's gonna be those small expenses and fees that you're still gonna have to pay out of pocket. Like maybe going out, you know, with the Ubers. Now with money, I think it goes two ways. You can get a job, manage your own money, and get some sense of financial responsibility. Your money, your choice. Thirsty Thursdays or savings account. Now let's say you're very lucky and you don't need to get a job and your parents just give you all the money. Now if this is the case, you're gonna start realizing how much money you actually use. And I swear this has happened to me. I'm not working now during school. I don't really waste too much money, so my dad just gives me the money I need. But I really realize how dependent I am on him. And because of that, I do really try to limit my money usage. So regardless, if you have a job and you're getting your own money, or if you're getting money from your parents, you're just gonna start getting a sense of finances and spending, and you're gonna realize how much you actually need, how much you actually don't need, if you're overbuying stuff, if you're going out too much. All these things start coming to you. Well, they did for me at least. So just know that in college you might have that mental breakdown where you run out of money that you possibly made in the summer. That might have happened to me. It was the first time I really realized the whole concept of spending money on all these small things that tend to add up. Alright guys, that's basically it for this video. If you guys want to see more school videos like college, high school, dorm life, studying, but you also want to see that you can still have some fun while you're in school, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button for me. I really do hope you guys found this video useful. If you guys have any questions, comments, positive or negative, just leave them down below. That is all for me, but always remember, stay hydrated.